Podium, our secretary, Iris Vicene, who will light the candle for scholarship.
Every day after school, I am greeted by smiling, snotty faces and baby babble. I walk into the nursery, pick a baby up, check the schedule, and proceed to play with sensory balls and musical instruments. At first glance, babies don't do much. They pick up toys and lock them on the ground, or on each other. They are constantly leaking bodily fluids. They cry when they are hungry or when someone puts them on the floor. They seem to be pretty boring, right? Well, if you take a closer look, you see the gears turning. You see them learning how to stack blocks, how to crawl, how to cruise, how to stand up. You see how their brains are developing, how each new skill is the product of a biological code and the surrounding environment. I became fascinated with this process after working with the babies, and since then, I have spent a decent amount of my free time reading books and watching documentaries about development. Lucky for me, in AP Psychology, we studied a whole unit on development. During that unit, homework did not seem like a chore that needed to be completed. It was something I looked forward to. Each bit of information made the babies at work all the more interesting. Everything I was learning about development inside and outside of school applied to my favorite part of the day, taking care of the babies. I've pushed my learning beyond the classroom into a field that I love and that I'm genuinely interested in. Now, I won't go on to discuss all the specifics of baby babble and sibling interactions, but I will tell you that taking the time to delve into a world of knowledge beyond the classroom and in the classroom has been so rewarding. It's made my job all the more exciting. To me, this is scholarship. It's about dedicating yourself to learning about the world around you, whether that be through documentaries, articles, experiences, or talking to others. Here at this school, I have met so many people who demonstrate this trait. I have met people who are actually excited to learn about math. In BC Calculus, you can often hear people saying, "Whoa, that's so cool," as we learn about integrals and derivatives for the first time. The energy in that class is like no other. The content is hard, but the material itself is interesting. I've also met people who spend their free time learning about politics, keeping up with the latest legislation and issues. I've met people who watch shows in Spanish just to learn more of the language. I'm sure each and every one of you has taken the time to learn something beyond the classroom or spend time researching something you learned in the classroom. Whether that be through an article about how dopamine works in the brain, a documentary that explores the cosmos, or a YouTube video that details the mechanics of a car, I'm sure that each and every one of you has been interested in learning something. Have you ever thought, wow, that class went by so fast? After an interesting lecture or video, a discussion or a debate? If so, you've genuinely been interested in what you're learning, and I challenge you to push this learning beyond the classroom. Spend time discovering something that fascinates you. Because in the future, as scholars in college, trade school, and other paths, we will turn our passion for learning into doing good. Math can make cars and airplanes safer. Science can find cures for deadly diseases. History can create policies that help those in need. English can express feelings and ideas, and foreign languages can help us communicate with others. Our brains, young and plastic with intellectual curiosity, will contribute to the good of society. It's our job to learn more, to find something that we love and devote time and energy to doing it. As members of the National Honor Society in high school, it is the perfect time to start exploring the wealth of knowledge around us and to devote ourselves to a little more scholarship. Next, I would like to introduce our historian, Akash Kaza, who will light a candle for service.